I started coding when I was 11, 12 years old. The intern at Apple decided that working for Apple full time was probably a bad idea because it looked like they were going to go out of business. That was back in the John Scully days. My career's thrived on making decisions that haven't necessarily followed the normal path, and I've done really well out of it. I'm Steve Brain. I lead the technical product management team at Trilogy, and I live in Bellingham in Washington State in the US. Got a weird call, made a decision to move to Seattle, which now sounds like the obvious decision, but I can tell you in the mid-2000s, going to work for some company selling books on the internet, Seattle was the back end of nowhere. And then after 7 years doing really well at Amazon, I made a decision to move to Utah to live in a ski town because my kids wanted the ski race. So I moved to Utah was not the obvious tech hub choice. I was actually surprised I got there and found some pretty cool tech jobs, but Trilogy's been a continuation of that. And the last 3 years have been far more fulfilling, far more successful than I could have expected. I came into this industry to do technical work, and whilst I'm doing other things at Trilogy in terms of leading a team and managing, I still get to spend a significant amount of my time doing technical work and being challenged, and in that way it's, one of the most interesting opportunities I've had in my career. So thinking about kind of, you call it West Coast style tech jobs, you really have had this choice of the big company, the Amazon, the Google, the Meta, where you're a small cog in a massive machine, or the tech startup type jobs where it's that scramble to get to product market fit. What I love about Trilogy is it's neither of those. What it is the chance to work in a smaller environment where you get a chance to have a big impact, but still to work on 100 plus products. And I've worked on everything from evaluating a medical device company to moving telecom charging into the cloud. The product I'm working on right now and I'm really excited about is a product called Cloudfix, which finds AWS cost savings opportunities and automates the fixing of them. What I was able to do is take a problem that could be solved in this way and solve it with much less code in a much simpler way. I think what keeps me really interested and engaged is being challenged. It's not being challenged by somebody else, it's being challenged by the work. How can we do this better? It's funny talking to old colleagues and friends from Amazon. You tell them, hey, you can do this without 8-9 hours of meetings a day, and they just look at you like, that would never work here. We don't have 9 hours of meetings a day. We don't do the things conventional companies do. I can control my schedules. I can get up early, I can get some calls in with colleagues in Dubai or India or Eastern Europe. I can take a break, go ride my bike or do something else, and then get on with some deep work later in the afternoon. And the ideas that have caused me to think differently, every one of those has come outdoors. So we made a decision to make a move back to northern part of Washington State and build a house. Well, I've turned down the chance to move to Silicon Valley multiple times and have no interest. I'm not sure I would have predicted I would have been here, right now 3 years and counting, and I wouldn't have realized that my role would have expanded so much. I'm Steve Brain, and I get to innovate without roadblocks because I got hired through Crossover.